Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards, the final tally. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league is going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive.
So they get the conversion on fourth, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for their fullback.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
James Conner.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Third and 19. Murray going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That good for 22 and a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. They're going to look to throw. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ready, yellow, 43.
Now the first carry here for the running back. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Cardinals take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
A give left side. Here's Achane.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
You look at this Arizona defense.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Achane.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Up the middle, Achane.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Murray now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Achane is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
On 2nd down, here's Murray.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Murray. And he comes back with one complete. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Bates' kick is good. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Here we go. 33. Yellow.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. They run behind center with Connor. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 3. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Connor up the middle. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They go play action here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another 1st down.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
He'll look to throw. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Murray.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Achane on the counter. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw.
Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll put him in an even 50 receiving yards now in this 1st half. And it's a 1st down. To throw is Murray. Forced out to his hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Under 52 blaster. Green Jack. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 51 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the 1st half. And here's another play for big yardage.
So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And some room to work.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal. Too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just give them good field position anyway. Let's go for it. Plus, they were moving the ball. They had confidence that they could pick up this last bit of real estate.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. 2nd down and 6 now.
Back to throw.
That's complete to McBride.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 1 now.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Cardinals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
On the handoff, it's Achane.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Murray now. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Here's Murray.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day,
he's got a man complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 49 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And now they're in the hurry-up. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense, just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a 1st down, but a big play as well.
Rolling to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the route is on here in this first half. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First down, Murray.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Murray from midfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, it's Murray.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, and it's the Panthers who are out in front. Bryce Young with 2 touchdown passes there. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jordan Addison, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Being chased out left. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run for it with Achane.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Pulled in at the 24. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Connor. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, his Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
In motion right, that's Harrison.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, 1st down.
The partner still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants
touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
from 17 yards out.
And the Cardinals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. a clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Operating from the gun. Murray. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much, because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, D, get off the field. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Looking to throw. Murray.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Achane.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd and 1.
Goes right back to McBride.
So no gain on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals have now opened up a 7-touchdown lead. Unbelievable.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Here's Achane to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Murray's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And this one too low.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10.
Shotgun now for Murray.
Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's a toss left for Achane.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Murray now on first down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And they'll give this to Achane.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Murray going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal.
From the left hash, this from 37.
Bates' kick is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And able to get this out to the 25.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
Set, ready. Blue 32. Watch tight end. Watch tight end.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Check pass. Set, go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
That ball caught by Harrison. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Here we go. Here we go. 33. Yellow.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more. After this break, you're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it's really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Dallas. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Elijah Higgins taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals continue to pour it on here in the 4th. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Ford. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And some space here. Shifts Pat. There he goes, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for. We're here, Charles, the lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On the ground, it's Dallas.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
Flushed, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Brissett's throw complete to McBride.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Gets this one to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Washington. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds. At the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And this is going to be a Cardinals 1st down as the tackle made at the 26-yard line.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser fullback and let him get the job done.
Thompson Robinson to throw on 1st down. A short one here, caught by McBride.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And this is going to be a Cardinals 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Play action, now Thompson-Robinson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. 58, right over there, yeah. Mike, black one. Your track. Jack.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And out come the Dolphins now. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Murray now on 1st down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. And that one will go down in the books as just a 1-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And
this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Murray. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Murray.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Loose inside the 30.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Arizona,
they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.